What is up, YouTube? This is X, and we are back here with a review of chapter 1058, The New Emperor. I wanted to get a live reaction for you guys, but I was waiting for this chapter and I just fell asleep. And the next day I was just busy at work, so I couldn't get a live reaction for you. And I just couldn't wait to read the chapter because I knew it was gonna be hype. I actually got spoiled on Usopp's bounty, just scrolling through social media. You have to be on social media to avoid spoilers. Honestly, it's just ridiculous nowadays. But without further ado, let's get right into the review. So we got Straw Hat bounties. Bounties chapters are absolutely amazing. As always, they build up the hype. Oda introducing new bounties going into this final saga. Great stuff. So I'm gonna read off the bounties, and honestly, I don't agree with some of them. So we got Chopper at 1,000 berries. Okay, it's the gag, whatever. We got Nami at 366 million berries. I think it's a nice bump for her. We got Brook at 383 million berries. We got Franky at 394 million berries. And honestly, that is disrespectful to Franky. He needs to be higher, truthfully, higher than Usopp, because this is just blatant disrespect. He from his value to the crew, ship wise and just combat wise, he's up there for sure. We got Robin at 930 million berries, and honestly, Oda, give her a Billy. She deserves a Billy. Thinking of how important she is going into this final saga. She's always gonna play a major role going into this final saga, and just in whoever achieves the One Piece. Give her a Billy. Just do it. Then we got Sanji at 1.03 billion berries, Jinbei at 1.1 billion berries, and Zoro at 1.1 billion berries as well. But Zoro just has 1,000 more berries than Jinbei, and then Luffy with 3 billion berries. So honestly, I don't agree. Zoro got shysted and Sanji got shysted. I understand why Jinbei's bounty went this high. He's a former former warlord. Their bounties are frozen, and I think his bounty's justified. But the fact that Sanji, I'm not saying he shouldn't be below Jinbei, but I feel their bounty should be higher in my opinion. I don't know why, but I did see a post saying that these bounties are their birthdays. So I guess we'll look into it, because Zoro's in November. I'm November as well. Shout out to the Scorpios. But Zoro should be higher. Honestly, I'm a Zoro fanboy. This is bias, I guess, but Zoro should be at least 1.3 to 1.5 billion berries, hands down. Sanji should definitely be at least what he has right now, 1.1. He should be at least 1.1 in my opinion, 1.1 to 1.3 billion berries. And Jinbei, he could be 1.3 to 1.5 as well. But the fact that, I don't know, I just feel Sanji got shysted. He just got disrespected, and come on, man, seriously. But all in all, I think Oda just did it off the birthdays and whatnot. But they are all relatively close in strength. But there was a good gag in the chapter where Zoro's oh, something with the fourth and yada yada. Leave the grapes to the fourth. That was some good comedy. This chapter was the beginning. This chapter is actually absolutely hilarious, by the way, and whatnot. So that's it for the Straw Hat bounties. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I'm gonna take them because this is just hype. His nine commanders are dope. I wonder who's gonna fill in that role to fight, I guess, Blackbeard's 10th commander, or maybe we just have someone from the fleet. Honestly, I don't even think the Straw Hats are really gonna fight to line up against Blackbeard's commanders. We might get I don't know, we might get some of the fleet members fighting the commanders or teaming up with the Straw Hats. We'll see. So the second big thing in this chapter was Cross Guild. We learned how it's formed. We learned the relationships between Buggy, Croc, and Mihawk. And it's interesting because we have a relationship with Buggy and Crocodile in the underworld, and Buggy's Crocodile's fueling Buggy's business with money and capital and whatnot. And Buggy is Buggy himself. He can't afford to pay Crocodile, so Crocodile's this is mine for the taking. But before all this has happened, I think while the warlord status is being abolished and whatnot, we have Crocodile phoning Mihawk saying, "Yay, I know you are not part of the warlord system. You don't have the perks. You don't have the benefits. Let's link up. Let's form an alliance." And honestly, I think it was interesting how like Oda did this well. How Mihawk, he's like thinking, it like flashbacks into Mihawk thinking about this when Crocodile says, "You and I are similar. You can trust me," etc. Or I think that's how it went, right? I think that's how it went. Since the chairman's a goner, what are we gonna do? Follow Crocodile naturally. It's a cold, harsh world out there. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm lying. Gloom Island. Oh, this is okay. This is when they were talking to one another. Okay, this is when they was talking to one another. Marines are swarming, etc., etc. This is just shows that it would be beneficial for us to team up. Where does he say you and I are alike? Oh, you and I are the same. We don't trust anyone. Okay, so yeah, Mihawk's thinking about this, so I guess I was right. Mihawk's thinking about this, their conversation, but I feel like Mihawk doesn't really trust Crocodile, and I feel like Crocodile, he's a schemer. He's cunning, like he makes plans and whatnot, like, and it shows like Pluton back in the beginning, etc. We won't go into detail on that, but it shows like I feel like Mihawk and doesn't really trust Crocodile, and Crocodile's really using Mihawk to make sure he has someone with that firepower that could essentially handle a Yonko. Because like Mihawk, I mean, Crocodile's not handling a Yonko, but Mihawk, this man Mihawk he's top 3 in the verse right now. I swear he is. Like, the hype is actually insane. Because we get the reveal of his bounty, Buggy's bounty, and Crocodile's bounty. And it's just absolutely insane. So I do have their bounties here, by the way. But yeah, it's just interesting how all this came up where they lose a warlord status, Crocodile and Mihawk team up, Crocodile visits Buggy saying, "I need my money. Where's my money?" Buggy's like, "I ain't got your money." "Okay, I'm gonna sell you into slave. You're my slave essentially right now." But it's hilarious how Buggy's crew, like, whatever you say to them, this man is just a god to them. And his crew basically, his marketing team basically markets him as the leader of Cross Guild when it was supposed to be Crocodile and Mihawk as the leaders. And it like, to the world view of Buggy now, he's just like this force to be reckoned with, when he's really a clown. Literally, he's literally a clown. So I thought that was like comedy gold, and just like Oda just executed on Buggy's character flawlessly, as always. But we also learned that Mihawk is the Marine Hunter, and this was awesome because it's just like how Zoro, the Pirate Hunter, we have Mihawk as the Marine Hunter. That's how he went. That was his epithet back in the day, and I think that's just like a good mirror on how Zoro and Mihawk, like their paths to like their swordsmanship and like to mastery of it is very similar. Like Oda does these mirrors with characters and whatnot in the story as well. But I thought that was a really nice touch by Oda. Okay, we could get into the bounties now, because the bounties was absolutely... Oh, we also see Dad's Bones, which was awesome. But the bounties for these 3 Yonko-esque characters... Well, actually, sorry, Mihawk's the only Yonko-esque, but Buggy just by default. We got Buggy with 3.1 billion. I think that's... I mean, he doesn't really deserve it, but through his just perception throughout the world, yeah, I can see that. Even more than Luffy, which is surprising. Then we see Crocodile with 1.9 billion. Truthfully, I don't think he should have a bounty, but who am I to say what bounty Crocodile should have? Like, this is dope though. This is hype. Also, Crocodile's been working behind the scenes, so maybe he's become a major player in the underworld. Like, he could have taken that role that Doflamingo had, and like he's the big player. Like, he's the Joker. He's the new Joker. That would be fire and interesting. And like, what if they go get Doflamingo from Impel Down? That would be crazy. And then finally, top 1 in the verse. Well, he's arguably up there, top 3 in the verse. But we got Mihawk, 3.5 billion berries. Whew. I low-key don't even think Zoro's touching him. Like, we haven't seen anything from Mihawk, but like going into this final saga, we're about to see some crazy, crazy stuff. And honestly, like the warlords, they are. I feel like they're about to show what they're really capable of. Like this just has me hyped for Weevil's bounty and for Hancock's bounty. Truthfully, I think I'm gonna say Weevil's bounty is gonna be like 2.4 to 2.8. I'm honestly, Boa Hancock, she low key has to have. She has to have 2.5 to 3 billion berries, in my personal opinion. Just because I feel like people who have conquerors, like these are the top in the verse. Like it's clearly been established. People who have conquerors are the top in the verse. They did. I personally think they should just have higher bounties than what other non-conquerors have. Because like it's clearly it's a fact that you have to be a conqueror in order to become One Piece. Like in order to gain the One Piece, like you just have to have that wildly ambition in order to achieve that goal. So, but I mean, she doesn't want that goal, right? But I'm just saying, in general, conquerors should have higher bounties than people who are non-conquerors, in my personal opinion. And especially if you're highly capable of utilizing that conquerors and you're feared throughout the world, yeah, they should have higher bounty. But I digress. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the cross-guild information and whatnot. We got a ton of information on this chapter, but I probably missed something. But lastly, and this chapter left off with a good cliffhanger, we transition to the Kamabaka Kingdom, and we see Dragon, we see Kuma there, and most of the revolutionaries, and the revolutionaries are talking, and this was a really important detail that gives us a little bit more insight onto like how some of the events transpired at the reverie with Sabo. So let me get the quote that I wrote down real quick. He says, I think Karasu, the crow guy with the crow devil fruit, he says, it's meant to have supposedly happened after we split up, but I still believe in him. This was interesting to me because it seems like, okay, before they went to get Kuma, Sabo and the rest of the revolutionaries there, that was Karasu, Lindbergh, and Morley, they had a plan. They were like, okay, we're gonna split up. You guys go after Kuma. And I think Sabo was on a different agenda. No? Because like, we see Kuma there. Why isn't Sabo with them? So it seems like Sabo was on a different type of agenda, I don't know, regarding Vivi possibly in Cobra. It seems like he escaped with both, and maybe I don't know, if he did kill Cobra, he had to kill him for some type of reason that was gonna jeopardize like other people's safety, probably Vivi's safety. I don't know. This is some wild stuff that I don't even believe this, but maybe Imu took over Cobra that influenced him to do something / harm that, like, to kill Vivi, and Sabo had to kill Cobra because Cobra was under like Imu's like influence / power. I don't know. This, like, just that note by Karasu stating what he just said makes me think like Sabo like knew something was going on, so he had to attend to a different agenda while Lindbergh and them went and got Kuma. And it makes sense because honestly, it seems like Sabo was 1v2 and 2 admirals. That's what it seems like. I don't know, but it seems like they was going to get Kuma, and Sabo was 1v2 and 2 admirals unless he had some other help, maybe with Julie Bonnie. Who knows? This is dope because we can speculate and think about some other outcomes, but that is what I'm initially thinking. There was Sabo had to attend to a new agenda that took priority of saving Kuma, so he left it to Lindbergh, Morley, and Karasu, and they were successful. And maybe Sabo failed. Maybe Sabo did kill Cobra. I don't know. This is so interesting. I hope we get more information in the next chapter with the revolutionaries and whatnot. I was interested in how the Marines got Kamabaka Kingdom bugged, and like, why aren't y'all making a move on the revolutionaries? Like, you know where they are, you can make a move. I don't know. They don't have the manpower and whatnot. But yeah, this chapter absolutely hype. Great stuff by Oda. I wanted to do a live reaction because I would have been going crazy for you guys. But all in all, fantastic chapter. And honestly, I want to start communicating with the community more, get involved with you guys, start doing discussions. So yeah, please feel free to comment on the video, message me to start doing videos with you guys, and I definitely appreciate you guys checking out the channel. So with that being said, great One Piece chapter 1058, New Emperor. I can't wait what's in store for us. Oh, we're on break, but so another 2 weeks, but can't wait what's in store for us. Great discussions are going to come out of this chapter, great theories, and please let me know what you guys think. Without further ado, that is it. So X is out. Thank you guys. Peace.